Hello everyone, I'm Cheryl Ingram, one of the owners of the Silver Sun on Canyon Road in Santa Fe. I would like to introduce to you today Mariel Lynch, who is our good friend and fellow artist. Mariel, tell us about the belts.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to tell you how I ended up in the silver store. I used to have a store up the street called Caballo belts, and I was up there for almost 30 years. On Canyon Road, and when I decided to leave town, I came to my friend Cheryl, and my friends Cheryl and Deanna, and I just said, can we work out something so that I can continue to sell my work on Canyon Road? And they were delighted. We put this display in here, and I've been in this location now for 10 years. So a lot of my old customers know where to find me, and we have a lot of new customers, and we share customers. So what I do here is I do custom leather belts. You can bring me a buckle, or you can buy a buckle here. We have lots of really fine buckles here because these people have the greatest turquoise selection in the world.
Thank you.
And I will build you a custom leather belt, and I'll build it any way you want it, any color, any width, make it fit any buckle that you have. And down here are a lot of our pattern selections and color selections, so there's just a lot of different things you can choose from.
Well, Mariel, I understand that your niche in the market has to do with your ability to create your own stamp work designs. It's not something that's just rolled off on a big press. That this is all hand stamping that is your claim to fame, or one of the many claims to fame. Would you tell us more about all of these choices here?
This ring down here, these are all hand-carved floral belts. I do everything by hand. There is no embossing. So everything is drawn and hand-tooled per belt. The other thing I do, and these are my favorite things to do, are these braided belts. This section here, I cut the string for these myself and do the braiding, and I can combine any kind of colors in there. I've done some really wild ones and some really subtle ones, and it's really fun to pick colors out of a buckle that you have, or clothes that you like to wear, those kinds of things, and then put them into the braids. The rest of these, I do a lot of geometric patterns that are sometimes from elements in jewelry or buckles. Those are fun to do. And then I do a lot of just stamped belts, so that's just doing stamp patterns, and I also do plain belts, if plain is what you want.
Let's show the people the color choices that you might have here. There are several.
I always tell people too that can sometimes change with the weather. It changes with the time of day.
And so, if you were to choose a pattern among these, which she has at least 50 or 60, but you could then choose it to be made in any color. Now we have people who come in here who think that they choose this piece right here.
It has to look like that.
And it has to be in the same color.
It doesn't.
It does not have to be in the same color. It could be in the cordovan, it could be in black, it could be in any color that they have that goes with their wardrobe, or they just happen to love.
Yeah. So this belt here, this rattlesnake belt, the beading is done by Reserve Belt Company. And these are beaters from up in Wisconsin, Stone Lake, Wisconsin. They do a lot of different wildlife patterns. They do ducks and trout and quail and grouse and pheasant, and the patterns are wonderful, and then I lay them into the leather belts, and they're absolutely beautiful belts.
Mariel, would you explain how it is that you can get the sizes of people's waists?
This is a hard thing for people to understand. What I did is make a sizing belt, and this has a size by letter. So you put the belt on, fasten it, and that would be your size. Your size would be O rather than 38. So that way you're not tangled up with the idea that you wear 36 pants, so that's the size of your belt. When you size a belt, the size of the buckle is included in that. It's complicated. The best way to do it is to take a soft cloth tape. We have one down here someplace. Yes, and to actually run it through the loops of your clothes and give me a center to center measurement around you. That's the best way to size a belt. And I'll do the math from there.
That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Mariel also guarantees all of her work. And so if there's a problem or if there's some damage done to the belt, they return it to her. Is it worn thin over the years? These are bought with the idea they'll last many years. She will re-dye them and finish them as a part of her customer service. And that fits with our business too, for our customer service too, is we guarantee everything, Mariel guarantees everything. So that we have the silver and the first-class turquoise, she has first-class belts. We have a marriage made in heaven.
To me, it's like when you make a belt for a really fine buckle, it's like framing a picture. So you want a really nice frame for that fine piece of art that you have.
Thank you so much, Mariel, for talking with us.
My pleasure.
All right.